Hey guys, I'm Andrea, and today we're going to talk about Ardha Kapotasana, or what most people know as pigeon. So there are some variations in pigeon. A lot of people know some different ones where you're laying down and you have your leg extended, king pigeon where it's bent up and behind you. Well, we're going to break all those down today, and you're going to understand how this works the body, some of the physical benefits, some of the energetic benefits, and why this is one of my favorite poses. It really is. I know a lot of people in yoga look forward to Shavasana, which is a great pose in and of itself. But I really love Pigeon Pose because when I release into it, you can just really feel your body melt down, and you can breathe up and down the pose, and you can really notice when you have tension and take deep breaths in and exhale and release that tension. And Pigeon Pose is one of those poses that it's good to do in the morning, it's good to do at night, it's good to do randomly during the day, because we are humans, we are Americans, maybe you're watching this in another country, but we are modern day humans who spend a lot of time sitting. And so Pigeon Pose is great for this because it really stretches everything out. So to get into the philosophy and origin of pigeon, the story goes about Kapota was a greatly accomplished yogi. According to stories, Kapota had no match in power, vigor, strength, vitality, or agility. When he walked, it seemed his soul was several feet ahead of his body. He moved as though not touching the ground. Because of this ability, people called him the son of Garuda, which was the mighty bird god. Kapota's beauty and vitality were well known. Even Chitaraganda, the daughter of a celestial nymph, was not immune when he commanded her to marry him. She just could not resist. Plus, it is rumored that even the sons of Shiva, Bhariva, and Vital sought guidance from Kapota because of his clear and perfect intuitive wisdom. In fact, he is believed to still be living. Legend says he visits the famous cave shrine of Amarnath in Kashmir once a year. Who knows? Some of the muscles that you'll see being worked during pigeon is it helps lengthen the hip flexors, it lengthens the posterior muscles, it increases external range of motion in the femur and hip socket. Things to think about when you are in pigeon. Your leg is extended out directly behind you in a neutral position facing down towards the ground. Keep your hips squared off straight forward. Extend your arms out, keeping the vertebrae as long as possible as you fold over. The head should be the last thing to be released down to the floor. When you are in pigeon, breathe into your hips, imagining the tendons, ligaments, and muscles softening with each exhale. Some of the modifications for pigeon include placing a blanket or block under your hip for support, staying lifted up and simply having your lower body in pigeon, lowering yourself down to your forearms and leaving your upper body supported, or crossing your arms over on top of each other and resting your forehead on top of your hands. Or you can do thread the needle, where you lay on your back, bending one knee with your foot on the ground and crossing the other one over like a figure four. Then you thread your arms through and behind the back leg, extending your leg up or bending it to get the stretch along your hamstring and your hips. One variation of pigeon includes king pigeon pose or mermaid. Some of the physical benefits is it prepares the body for back bends and seated postures. It increases hip mobility and relieves sciatic nerve tension and eases chronic lower back pain. Some of the energetic benefits include calming of the mind, creating energy for longevity, and eliminating nervous tension by bringing about a sense of serenity and peace. Some things to watch out for in this pose is just make sure you use the modifications or avoid this pose if you have knee injury or any type of hip injury. Also, be mindful if you've had any type of hip surgery. In the end, I really, really love Pigeon Pose. I love it, like I said, more than I almost love Shavasana. And it's really good for modern day humans because not only is it great for us physically because we spend a lot of time sitting, but it also is where we carry anxiety, that fight or flight. It's innately in us. It's to run towards things or to run away from them. So Pigeon Pose allows us to release that tension and release that anxiety so that we have clear minds and clear bodies to think about whether we're running to the kitchen because we left the stove on, or we're running away from something that's toxic for our soul. So I invite you to incorporate pigeon into your day, morning, noon, and night. Just breathe into it, release into it, and you are going to love it just as much as Savasana.